Hello, everybody. There is more people than we think that we will be here after last coffee break. So it's it's good. In this presentation, it will be short presentation. We would like to introduce how we work and how we manage data and how we plan to manage data. Me and Jan, we are environmental archaeologists. We working mainly with soil samples, and we interesting in analysis about, for example, chemical elements in distant soil samples. And Bara, it's from faculty stuff, and she's data steward, and we are here, we three, because we cooperate on our data management. So we would like to present mainly the cooperation. In the first part of presentation, we will present how we work, what is our aim. In the second part, we will shortly introduce our current state of data management. And in the last part, we will speak about our plans to be more open science and produce fair data. So, our lab is concentrate on work with soil samples and sediments from anthropogenic context. Questions which are interest for us is how human in past impact the natural environment. We working on the all scale with data from field sampling through some making documentation about it, to prepare samples in laboratory and analysis, and also data analysis and publication of results. How our lab look in some numbers? We are 9 people, and in last year, for example, we taken in field about 3,000 samples, and something about 7,000 samples we analyzed. We have 3 rooms with devices, and because there is a lot of people, and we handling with a lot of samples, and we have a lot of approaches how to prepare samples, how analyze them. Well, we decided to improve our system to be more structured and more systematic. Because we need to produce systematic and transparent data, and we need if our data was stable in the time, and we need to prevent data loss, because we had some accident with our colleague who cancelled all data from our devices. So we learn from these mistakes, and build some better lab environment, and we want to produce some quality data with quality metadata. We want to for example, collaborate with people. So we need to produce data which are possible to send to someone, and yeah, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah, and then now my colleague Jan told something about current state.
Yeah. So hello, I'm the second Honza, and I would like to introduce you to our workflow and show you how we create and manage our data. So our data basically originate in archaeological excavations when the soil sample is taken. And because of the archaeological excavations, the context of the place where the sample was taken is destroyed, basically. So it's needed to make great documentation that takes all the things, like sample lists and some contextual papers, photo documentation, coordinates, and all other. That is like a replacement from the situations from the field. And whenever the samples are taken to our lab, we need to do some first steps like sample drying and all other. But the most important part is digitalization of our papers from the field, which we are like rewriting into very sophisticated Excel workbook. And also we have to write unique lab ID to each sample to like distinguish them from the other. And also we have to scan all the documents from the field and save them to our company storage. And after that, we can start all our lab processes and analysis, which include some grinding and drying. And during the analysis, which we focus on XRF methods, portable OSL, and some other, we make some other data, which are the results of the analysis, and that we are also saving to our storage. Okay, and all these data, like the metadata from the field that are written and that specific the each samples, the results from the analysis, and some other data just such as coordinates and the context, make the final data set. But it's quite problematic now because the creation of the data set takes a lot of time because all the work isn't yet like standardized. So that's the point why we've decided to start to making the fair data principles. And yeah, and that's it. So.
That's it. That's my turn. I hope caffeine is approaching your brains. Mine is. I am a data steward, so this is like my vision of how we can approach these data sets and verification. Our journey, how we started paradoxically in face-to-face meeting with EOSC in our institution. We didn't know each other before, so I'm glad for this opportunity because for me as a data steward, I typically don't come in touch with data. It's like paradox, but for me this is a possibility how to come into touch with data. Our journey starts mainly about or in communication and collaboration because there are so many departments that have to be in touch. Personally, we meet each other like very often online, but also face to face. I was already in their lab, so I have seen these tools and machines which produce data. We use Loop to plan our project and mini project. If you know it, I recommend. It's quite good to coordinate activities. We quite a lot communicate with our Open Science Office, which was established recently, and of course with our project department and IT staff. But also we highly appreciate external contacts because experience from outsiders is very important. Of course, EOSC, Discord, and our data steward community meetings are for me really helpful. And for my colleagues, I think experience from their archaeological colleagues is very important. So I think there are quite activities between us to approach our vision. So of course, our future lab workflow have to ensure that our work procedures come to some automation, standardization, and of course data verification. For me, as a data steward, I see myself a huge part in creating some methodologies and educating researchers to gain them skills, how to care of their data. But of course, I think I can make an amazing methodology, but no one will use it or practice it if it don't come with needs of researchers. So I think it's very important to take a seat in one table and talk together, researchers, data stewards, and also IT staff, for example. This data workflow we would like to put in line with FAIR and also with national data infrastructure. So this is a list of our vision in theory on the paper of future lab workflow. Of course, we plan to implement electronic lab notebooks. We want to structure our file naming, which is good, but I can see some improvements which can be done. We want to check up our backup files. This is also a name of software we plan to use, carry format. There are some automation we plan to use, but for example, for metadata, we plan to use checkcore metadata model, but there are some fields which don't meet our needs in archaeology. So we plan to structure some new fields and also use control vocabularies and ontologies, and so many times mentioned already persistent identification and open formats.
Yeah. And because this work is time consuming, we decided to apply for a mini project from Open Science 2 project. We want to prepare a workflow for better data management, to produce data which will be possible to upload to new archaeological repository ArchaeVault, and it's important thing that the preparing is a spring from team from whole university, from our department, for archaeology, but also data steward, IT people, and it's a big cooperation, and everyone bring some new insight. Yeah. So where we are now, thanks to this cooperation, we were able to define some clear vision of the ideal structure. We define some aims, and we also think about what is good on our structure, and we just need to move to some better software setting, but also we identify some structure things which is problematic, and now we're working on to how to look for some better way, and there is important this cooperation with mainly with data steward. We also learn a lot of new things. It was really important to communicate with Barbora, but also with colleagues from other institutions. For example, from Archaeological Institute, where they have data department also. Yeah, and that's all, and we just preparing mini project and I think that at the beginning of the next year it will be possible to ask for support there.
Yeah, and that's for me again. I wanted to mention just really briefly that you have some context of our institution. Open Science Office was established recently. It's 1 year old. Head of this department is Lenka Špičanová. I think you can consider her as an institutional data steward, not on the paper, but in practice, I think she is. And then there is me, like I'm in two projects, Program Johannes Amos Commandeus. So I'm not like a faculty data steward, but I think I practically become one, because every time there is something connected to open and data and science, everybody approaches data steward. But we have very data-driven management. So I feel that support behind my back. This I want to mention because I think it is a great motivation for researchers. The Open Science Award is going to be awarded to a researcher who is his best practice of open science in our institution. So these guys are maybe will be awarded. So as I mentioned, I am a data steward in OPAX. So maybe some of you are aware of it. It is very strict. So I have mentioned I haven't touched any data so far because my main job in the PJX is to control requirements of our financial provider, which is not an easy job. I call it a data steward's nightmare because researchers are not happy with what I want from them. They don't understand that I am here to help them. They just hear, you must, you must, you must. But this situation with our envelope is an opportunity how I can educate myself. I can get in touch with real data. So for me, it is like a dream job because I think we communicate and collaborate in the manner that is very useful for me. So I recommend that you just put it together with your data steward and discuss it together, not separately. Yeah, and that's it from me.
So in this presentation, we mainly want to say something about process, because we are just in the process. We are not at the finish. We are not in the some fair world. Not now. Maybe partly, and what was the most important for us was cooperation and communication with other people, because with communication we did the biggest steps in our way, and after also what is important, that taking care about data must beginning at the beginning of data. So if we are in, for example, in the field, we need to take a care and write every information we need, if we can after create good metadata, because what we sampling is nobody cannot access this situation in the future, because it's very often destroyed after archaeological excavation. The changing approach to data must be followed by structural changes in the work, because it's not just one step in work process. It's some structural changes. So in the next year we want to begin to start. We want to start using electronic laboratory notebooks, but also we want to think about how to change some structure of our work. And we think that everyone who working in the lab must very well understand why it's necessary to be careful with working with data, and everyone has to know something more than need for their own work about data. So that's some our points what are important for us. Thank you for staying here after the last coffee break, and enjoy rest of conference. Thank you.
Can we have questions? Or do you take questions? Am I allowed to ask? Okay.
Yeah.
So hi, my name is Antonin Zita. I'm one of the EOSC secretaries, and thank you very much for really wonderful presentation. Why I'm saying that is that I personally at EOSC, I'm very interested in the process of how it all starts. With researchers, with our stewards, with the more wider community, for example, at their institution, because that's what ultimately we're trying to help with in the Czech Republic. So I really regret I'll have to run away for the train in maybe 20 minutes. But anyways, what I'd like to ask is, and I'm not sure if I caught it, but how did you start this discussion at your institution?
Yeah.
At your department, and what was the realization when you thought, okay, we need a data steward?
It was at the beginning. We just decided that we have a lot of data, we have a lot of people, and we need some better workflow than Excel file. First step.
Okay, so can I interrupt? Who was the we? Was it just you here, or was it a wider discussion among you?
I think 3 or 4 people at our department.
Okay.
We discuss how to approach the data. So it was first step, and when we spoke about these things, someone told, yeah, but we have some relation database, so we can to improve and do it. It will be okay. So after we take some meet with David Novák from Archaeological Institute, and he told us, you are crazy. The relation database is from Stone Age. Electronic laboratory notebooks, it's for way for you. And after I didn't have time for these things for a few months, and I think that half year after this meeting, I met with Bara, and we just met on EOSC event at our university, and we just beginning speaking about approaches and things about data, and there was also some I think that it was at this event when someone speaking about mini záměr, mini project.
Like Špičanová was introducing many projects.
And from this point, we working together on this problematic, and it was from this point is there is a lot of big steps we did. So that's a story.
And so you said it was a few people at your department. Was it a challenge to convince the others to say, well, let's do things differently, or what do you think?
I think that it's not really a challenge, because we are 9 or 10 people. Four people we are employment there, and the rest is part-time job. So we just discuss everything, and and there was not problem. The problem was with people from other departments, because we have a Center for Field Archaeology, which has 4 departments, and other 3 departments don't want heard about things like that. They hate everything. What they hate data. This word. So so it was when we speaking about some changes with data. It's not because they are thinking that it's okay, their approach. So there is not a very big discussion, but in our small department is very live discussions, and it's okay. So like this.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.